What is up, everybody? I'm RDB, and Zach's fighting with his chair right now, so he'll be within us a minute. But what's going on,
I'm
guys?
still here. Like, you don't have to talk about me like I'm not in the thing. I'm just not on camera.
You're not. You don't. They don't have your full concentration. Your full focus isn't on them. It's you versus your chair.
It is.
I wish it was live so we could see you fighting with your chair.
Nobody wants to see this.
When the chair
Trust me.
when the chair does a leg drop on you, you know.
I'm about to do a leg drop on this, man. I tell you what. That's what I
Actually,
get for buying a chair on sale.
all right, Hank Hill. I tell you what.
I tell you what. Oh yeah, doggone redneck chair. Whatever. I don't know what I'm doing.
What is up, Entropy in Comics? What's going on, Maranya? I'm gonna share this out real quickly. If you guys haven't already done so, we do have a Ko-fi link you guys can go to. If you want to donate some money, help us out. Every dollar goes towards helping us purchase comic books. What we do as far as digital books for Comixology, we use that for readings. So we always like that shit. Exciting week though this week. A lot of good books. So many good books that I can't show all my top five is only half my list, and I think Zach's got my other list.
Yeah, I got like I think it's like 8 books on my pull list this week. It's insane. I can't recall the last time I picked up 8 books on New Comic Book Day. It's
Right?
been like 3 or 4 for the last month.
Yep. So just wait a little bit for people to file in here. Um, yeah. So what is everybody up to today? You guys having fun with new comic books? Anybody getting it today, or you guys just wait until tomorrow? I know I wait till tomorrow, and so does Zach. But yeah, you guys are kind of quiet today. They're quiet. They're tuning in and dropping off. It's because Zach's on camera. That's what it
I'm
is.
not on camera. That's it, huh?
Yeah, that's how it is. All right, I'm gonna share my screen here, and I'm gonna show some of the books here. But yeah, it's been a crazy day. It got to 53 degrees here up in Wisconsin, where it's really cold usually. Went from 21 degrees to 53. It's kind of nice when you can actually feel warmth outside, and it's not coming from the heater in your car.
We had a nice warm day today, which is great. It's been like it was like 35. We had a freeze warning. Close to a freeze warning.
I love that. It's like it's pretty warm here today, bitch. You're in New Orleans or right or
Hey,
outside.
hey, it gets all right. You know what? Yes, I know. I realize. I recognize that our cold is not the same as your cold, but we're not designed for your cold too. So when that does happen, it's unusual for us.
So, what was the temperature for you?
The high today was like in the 60s, I think. So it wasn't. I'm not saying that it was freezing. It's just it's unusual because like last night was like 30 something degrees. It was
See,
unusual.
here's a question: are you gonna get the latest X Force issue?
I thought about it because I like Wonder Man and Beast.
I was gonna say Wonder Man's on here. I was shocked to see that coming out this week. I,
I thought
I
about it.
honestly, as an X Men fan, I can't buy these. They're just not fun. Um, um, hey, I know you're trying to wake up people in the chat. What's up, Mark McGrath? But it's pretty freaking loud.
Sorry about
Uh,
that. I thought my mic was muted. Oh, it must be on the other microphone. Oh shoot. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm at the point right now where I'm just about to literally rip this chair apart.
once again, you must be on camera if you're going to do that. Um, like I said, there's quite a few books coming out this week. I'm really excited for. And let me just start jumping right into my list here. I'll start with my number five while you're getting ready.
Yeah.
All right, my number five for this week is a book that's on the second issue by an awesome writer, and I wish he would write more stuff. And I wish he was allowed to write Punisher books again because he's a phenomenon. In the early 2000s, we actually read the first issue on this channel. Let me scroll down here, and he is Garth Ennis, who's working on James Bond #2. Bond is back, baby. I like the Phil Kennedy Johnson run he had here, but the art has been better than this one. Uh, Dave Johnson, who did the cover, basically for 100 Bullets, Red Sun and Deadpool, is doing the cover for this. Interior art by Ralph Labasco, who worked on James Bond, the Black Box. Dude, 10-year celebration of James Bond. 10 years they've been working at Dynamite Comics.
I was about to say James Bond is more than 10 years old.
I know, but Dynamite Comics.
Dynamite Comics, okay.
Yeah.
Where was he at before? Did they have comics before Dynamite?
I don't think he was in anything before this.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but I honestly I don't, because before this I think he was only in movies or in Ian Fleming's books.
Ian,
whatever.
Tomato.
His last name's Fleming.
Yeah, that's easy. That's the easy part.
Don't complain about people calling you Ian or Ian. Flem is your last name.
Oh, that's a good point. He's also British, isn't he? You can't blame him. He's British.
Yeah. Frank Castle 007. Pretty much, that's what this is, man. I'm enjoying it, and Brain's enjoying it. That's a great thing when I see my dear old pa likes James Bond 007. The book is coming out. It's currently, and honestly, I hope to see more of it. And I can't. So basically, it says as Bond tracks the deadly path of. Are you outside?
No, I'm right here.
I'm hearing a wind tunnel right here.
Shouldn't be a wind tunnel.
You're too close to your microphone.
I think I'm just walking down the hall. Sorry.
Quit breathing,
okay.
Zach.
The fight between me and the chair is on hold. It's stressing me out, man.
I think the chair won that if it stressed you out.
A little bit.
What are you building, a gamer chair?
No, I noticed that it was off balance. Like the back was like slanted one way. It looked uneven. So the OCD side of me was like, I'm going to try to fix that with 10 minutes till showtime.
Like the back part or the wheel?
The back.
Okay. I was going to say just put a shim under the wheel.
I think something, it's cheap metal, so it might have just gotten bent or something.
Yeah, you are fat.
Yeah. What? Jeez.
Poor sheet metal. Anyway, it says as Bond tracks the deadly path of the Stalvoda and learns more about its origins, he faces another kill squad determined to stop the 00 in his tracks. But he may prefer facing gunmen on terra firma in the cold hell of space, as his trail leads him to higher than he's ever been before. Dear God, can we go to Moonraker? Thank you very much, with Garth Ennis. James Bond in space again with Nazis.
Yes, dude. If you could find a way to do dinosaurs in that, you'd have the trifecta or the quadrifecta, because you have dinosaurs, Nazis, cheesecake because it's James Bond. I mean, and space. Space is kind of a winner.
No, Zach. No. No dinosaurs in James Bond.
Yeah, I think it could happen. I think you could do that. You could do Komodo dragons and crocodiles and sharks, but you telling me they can't find a way for there to be a Bond villain that clones dinosaurs like Jurassic Park?
Oh my God. Because I'm proud of you, son. You read quality comics. Well, my other son is so smart to play a chair. I'm sorry.
We all have our talents. We all have our talents, Brain.
Thank you. Only one cover though. I'm shocked. Usually there'd be multiple.
Yeah.
Unless it's just not uploaded. But dude, I'm looking forward to this. And I said James, if I can't get James Bond on the big screen, MGM, because you're pussing out, I'm glad I'm getting an actual James Bond comic book form I can read. But that is my number 5 for this week, sir.
Right on. I guess this means it's time for my number 5, right? I did have to do.
You would be able to think that way, sir. I'm just going to number 4. Fuck you.
Jeez. Wow. Fine. See if I stick around. No, I'm just kidding.
You will. He's like abuse.
Yeah, that says something about me, I'm sure.
Aren't you glad it's Lent? For those who don't know, I gave up being nice to Zach for Lent. I've been nice to him for about a month. month or so. That's my
2
New Year's
months.
resolution.
We're almost in March, so
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
most,
So it was my New Year's resolution to be nice to Zach because we're not enough nice to Zach. We don't treat Zach with kindness on this channel. A lot of Zach jokes.
And then they're surprised when I don't show up for streams and readings. Where'd that guy go?
I mean, we stopped sending the link too.
That's true. That's also true. Anyway, going on to my number 5. We've got an indie book out this week from one of my favorite writers. He's been doing a lot of DC stuff, but he's got this little indie gig on the side through Skybound called Cobra Commander, and also Duke. But this week is Cobra Commander. And it has been real fun. This is issue number 2. This is from Joshua Williamson. This is a new spin on the G.I. Joe universe, which is also Transformers, Void Rivals, a whole bunch of other stuff. So Cobra and G.I. Joe kind of are getting facelifts. They kind of did Cobra Commander's origin story, or they started to touch on his origin story with issue number 1. This kind of picks up the ball and runs with it, it looks like. It brings in the bounty hunter guys.
I was going to say, it also starts with Cobra Law. So if
Cobra Law,
if you did not like
talk about a deep cut, too. Jeez, like, not a lot of people who know G.I. Joe know about like Cobra Law.
Well, if you watch the Cobra movie, G.I. Joe movie, they had back in the 80s, Cobra Law was put in there. And now Robert Kirkman, or basically not Robert Kirkman, but Josh Williamson is taking a different approach from that. So.
Yeah, he's changing it up. He's making things fresher. The end of the last issue showed Cobra Commander going after these bounty hunter guys. I like this cover. I know it doesn't. I know it's a regular helmet in the dirt, but the way it's positioned reminds me of the Legion of Doom headquarters. You know, like the old Legion of Doom. Meanwhile, the Legion of Doom. I think that looks cool. The art has been good. It's not my favorite. I think Duke has better art, but Cobra Commander's art has been really good, especially for like the outlandish stuff, like the Cobra Law stuff, the kind of serpentine people and features. Like Cobra Commander has got like this Doctor Doom thing going on where his face is all jacked up. So yeah, in this one he's going to be going after the bounty hunters, who I'm blanking on the name of. It starts with a Z, I think.
Yeah, they don't say who they are, but they're twins though.
No, it's not twins. It's like 4. Zartan. Zartan's the leader.
Zartan, Zotar?
No, not Zotar. It's I'm pretty sure it's Zartan. But it's like a group of like 4 bounty hunters, I think, and they usually side with Cobra. I believe that's where they're going with this issue number 2. But yeah, I'm looking forward to finishing this and then seeing how Williamson and Kirkman and how they want to tie it into Duke and then Transformers and then the larger universe they're playing with. A lot of really cool stuff. This is really good. I think this was issue number 1 was a lot better than I anticipated it was going to be, and so I'm sticking with it for the ride.
It says, as he searches for a power greater than any Earth he's ever than any of the Earth has ever seen, basically Energon, I think is what he's talking about. I think,
yeah, because at the end, because you find out in number 1, he's got a certain transformer on ice.
And then he says that this mission will bring him face to face with a fan favorite G.I. Joe faction.
I'm pretty sure that's the bounty hunters that Zartan leads. I'm pretty sure Dreadnoks. That's what the name is. The Dreadnoks. I believe that's who was referenced at the end of the last issue, and then going into this one, I think that's who he's gonna be contending with.
Looks like Egon from the Real Ghostbusters.
Egon with a ponytail.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're not bounty hunters. It says a militarized biker gang, which fits with how I remember them and the look of them. So
right. And also at the end of this, we saw it was a Decepticon he had in his mist. And at this point, we're not gonna. Let's see what it is because
it's a big one. I don't want to risk spoiling it. I know normally we talk spoilers, but this is I think it's a pretty big.
We already spoiled it. If you watched this on the Best of the Week, we already spoiled it anyway.
That's true. But if you didn't watch it, you're not going to hear a spoiler from me. If you're
so go watch that all our Best of the Weeks all the way through, where I show you page by page.
Yep.
No, but and honestly, I look forward to this universe. It's probably the most fun I've had since reading Walking Dead. Having a shared
It's a
universe.
ton of fun. It's a ton. I love when a new Transformers or Duke or a Kirkman book comes out and it's up there on the top 5 on League of Comics Geeks, like over a bunch of like DC or Marvel books.
It's
I
and it's
I'd love seeing it.
and it's a connected world, but it's not like where only a few books are good and the rest are just lazy.
Yeah.
Every single book that's been coming out has been phenomenal.
Well, you
for
see,
this.
here's the thing. It's not like how like Marvel with their events or DC with their events, they water it down, they dilute it by having there be like 2 dozen tie-in books and whatever. The Energon verse is like 4 books right now, right? Because not
Void
even the real
Rivals,
Void
go ahead.
Rivals, Transformers, Duke, and Cobra Commander. That's it.
Yep.
The new run, the Larry Hama GI Joe isn't even tied into this, so it's 4 books. So you don't have a lot of surface area that dilutes the quality of the storytelling, which is nice. So yeah, I think that these guys can be, and I think that there's a huge untapped market for GI Joe and Transformers because there are fans of that across the 80s, 90s, even into the 2000s. So kudos to them. And like I said, any week
And
that Marvel and DC can get a little sock on the jaw from Image or Skybound or whoever, I'm there for it.
And if you're, say, not a fan of what's going on in the Energon universe for whatever reason, because you just suck, there is the GI Joe universe by Larry Hama. He's continued from his Marvel run.
That's true. More
That's
on that
still going.
in a minute.
Alrighty, my number 4 is actually
Breen has a number 5. I'm proud of you, Pa. He's actually getting 5 books this week.
quit kissing his ass.
You did it like literally 5 minutes ago.
I didn't. I just said that my pa has good taste.
Uh-huh.
Again.
That, and how is that different than what I was doing?
Well, I did it first.
Oh, he said 7 books. Okay.
Yeah. All right, my number 4 for this week is World's Finest, which the only annoying thing about this book is the title, because the fact that I had to file it under B under Batman, where I used to file it under W under World's Finest, because everybody calls it World's Finest.
That's how my comic shop does it. They do it under B. They like when you go to the shelf, they're listed alphabetically. It's under B for Batman. Like no, mine's
under W.
It should be under W, because people don't go in and say, hey, do you have a new issue of Batman, Superman, World's Finest? No, they just say, wait, World's Finest. It irks me, but whatever. Sorry for that mini rant.
So this is such a tragic cover. Dan Moore doing the cover on this and interior as well.
He's back on interior? Nice.
Yeah, he's back in interior artist.
Because he wasn't too much for the annual.
Yeah,
I think he did one book.
Return to Kingdom Come and concludes with no way back to their own Earth. Superman and Batman they basically have to witness the tragic events that led to the cataclysm, or are they fated to take the place of their doppelgangers? Remember, they're going against Gog, right? Or Magog?
No. Well, no. Gog is the big one. Magog
yeah. So Kingdom Come.
It's not even Gog though. It's Darkseid now.
It's Darkseid now. Like I said, now he's got the anti-life equation.
It's Darkseid.
The multiverse.
Man, when Darkseid showed up, shoot, dude, I go crazy for Darkseid. I love Darkseid.
And such a dramatic cover, because Superman wants to save everyone, whatever universe he's on, and Batman realizes we're not gonna. If we stay here, we'll survive. So it's like, I love that cover right there, the struggle, and of course you see the skull. It's like, shit, Yeah, like I said, I'm excited for this. I need to go back and watch or I guess not watch, but read Kingdom. Why is it Kingdom Come not a movie? Why is it not an animated film?
I don't know that it would be. I guess there are parts of it that could translate well to anime. I remember Kingdom Come. It's got some action to it. It does have action to it.
Is it very depressing?
It's a very.
It's kind of like Apocalypse. Like the whole thing with the
No,
with X-Men, where everybody dies.
No, it's not. Well, I mean, there are deaths. It's
But
actually
I'm just saying, I like the way I think if it can come, and in the way I've been again seeing snippets,
mhm.
it looks like it would be such a depressing movie to watch.
It is. It's not Watchmen, but it is like in that same somber-ish tone, I guess. It's not Blackest Night, or it's not like World's Finest. Like it's Alex Ross art, which sets
Right.
a tone and a mood. But I think it's something everybody should read once or twice. But it's not one of my favorite stories. But this has been more enjoyable, and I started out not liking this arc too. I thought this arc was kind of boring the first 1 or 2 issues. The art's been great, and there were some good stuff here and there.
Because we're on the Kingdom Come arc. Before this, we were on the Neza thing, and the Neza was okay.
No, the Devil Nazah was the very first arc. The arc before this was wasn't it Metamorpho?
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. With that. So yeah, they're on the third arc. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like I said, it's to me, it's like we're like this is what I like. It's like we're gonna touch a little bit on something like this, but we're not gonna go full blown into it. So basically, to me, this seems like a nice summary for Kingdom Come. But like I honestly I don't feel like I need to go read it.
Yeah.
The whole entire thing. Like I like having like a brief, summarization of that. And it adds to this as well. That's also, like I said, a lot of us are sick of the multiverse.
Yeah.
But I think it's been handling pretty well with this. But
yeah, I'm over the multiverse. I mean, yeah, this is an alright story, but overall across DC and Marvel, like I was thinking about watching the Crisis on Infinite Earths movie that DC did. Like they're doing the trilogy, the animated Crisis.
It was actually really good.
Is it good? I'm probably gonna watch it, but man, I'm just so hesitant to, just because, doggone, I hate these multiverse stories.
Well, the one before that, the Justice League, it was Justice League World, I think it was. I didn't care for that.
Yeah, well, it's not even Justice League. They should call it Trinity, because it's just Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. I don't know why you would call that Justice League.
With an evil Jonah Hex. Fuck you,
yeah.
DC. Seriously.
Well, yeah, he's got to be evil now, because heaven forbid somebody shows some redemption or something, some redemptive qualities.
I want to make these people who don't like the people who are offended by Jonah Hex being a Confederate. I want to make them sit down and watch Outlaw Josie Wales, and they can't leave. It's like Clockwork Orange. That's freaking blank. They have to watch.
That's over my head. That I'm not familiar with that.
Really?
Not
he's Confederate turns, and basically his family was killed.
Oh shit!
By a group of people, suspected Union soldiers. But and he wants to get revenge, and he's traveling with Indian. So like I said, he becomes an outlaw.
Gotcha.
Anyway, very good movie. We're talking about Clint Eastwood when I have Let's Find Us on the screen. So I don't know. Anyway, so very fun story. You guys need to check this out. Alrighty, my switching.
It's one of the best DC books. No, actually, I changed it up a little bit.
Okay.
Because I knew you were going to talk about World's Finest. So World's Finest did not make my top 5. But like I said, I have a lot of books this week. So it's like, even though it's not in the top 5, there are other books that more than make up for it. Right. My number 4 ties in with my number 5. It is the other Skybound book that we've got coming out this week from Larry Hama writing, and Chris Mooneyham, I think, is the last name of the artist. It is G.I. Joe, Real American Hero. Oh, I'm sorry. There are 3 Skybound books this week, aren't there?
Yeah. I was like,
sorry, I already forgot about the other one. No, we're on Real American Hero. This one, wow, this one has been a lot more sci-fi fun than I remember G.I. Joe being. Last issue had zombie ninjas that have been like partnered up with AI intelligence and going after the Joes in the pit. It was a ton of fun. Yeah, like these mutant zombie guys that were experimented on by Dr. Mindbender. Then they got partnered up with an AI program, like evil AI. So much fun that last issue. And so now we have this one right here where the former, I think this is Snake Eye's apprentice, Dawn Marino. I think this was, I forgot what her other name was, but she ended up taking on the mantle of Snake Eyes for a little bit.
This is the one that Emiko or the one that played up playing what's her name in she played Elektra in the Netflix show, right?
Yeah. I believe it's the same. Yeah, I think it's the same character.
Yeah.
So yeah, this has been just fantastic. The Andy Kubert covers are also a lot of fun. Yeah, this has been great. I don't know, they've kind of been showing snippets of these other characters. They've shown some Duke, they've shown some Snake Eyes, some Scarlet. But it's just been great. I like how it picked up right after issue number 300, where the Larry Hama run ended a few years ago. I like how they just picked it up. There's no legacy numbers, there's no new number ones. It's just, and it's a blast. It is a ton of fun. I think that you can get into this story arc fairly easy. I don't think there's a huge barrier for new readers if you want to get into it. I would say 301, 302, somewhere in there, you just pick those up and you just jump on in, you have fun. And like I said, the art from Chris Mooneyham is fantastic. That alone, I think, is worth the cost of the book. But Larry Hama's been, I think that G.I. Joe is probably, like, there are some writers you're like, oh yeah, they have like that one really great book. Larry Hama, it's G.I. Joe. So.
And for those who love legacy characters, it's awesome. She's a babe, bro.
She's a babe. A babe ninja.
I do like this. I like having like this. It's kind of cool with the kind of tech here.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, I read 301 or 302?
Last one was 302.
302 is the one when they started off again? Right,
no, 301 is where it started. 302 was...
So I read 301. 301 because we're on 304 now. So the last I read 301 is with the mutants. Basically, the bomb going off, turning people into snake people.
Wait, is this 304?
It's 304.
Am I missing an issue? I don't think I am. I think there's one that... I think there was one.
Because 303, yeah. Because it goes 303. And then
I got that. 302, 301. Okay, I might just be having a... Just my brain might not be all there. No, because I do have 302 and 301 and 303. So, okay. Yeah, 303 is the one where the mutants got linked up with the AI. So...
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're mutants, yeah. Because I don't remember them being zombies, but I mean, like, so
they're zombie-ish. They're mutants that eat people. I mean, that's not a zombie.
Well, that's what reptiles do. If they're turning like they're like a zombie, like a reptile thing, half human, yeah, they're gonna. No.
Okay. I can see your point.
That's what the lizard would do in over in Marvel, but they won't let them do that.
That's what Killer Croc used to do too. Well, Killer Croc was less reptilian when he first debuted. I like him more reptilian though.
Yeah.
But anyway, that is my number 4, G.I. Joe. Now you know, and knowing is half the battle.
Alrighty. Let's look at some of these chats in here. You guys seem to be talking way over there. Eric's talking a mile a minute, man. Mark Wade's a prick. Yep, we know that. His number 5, what do you say, was Justice League versus Godzilla versus King Kong. His number 4 is Elvira meets Harry Potter. H.P. Lovecraft. I didn't see the
Lovecraft. Good old Lovecraft.
Dude, I only want Elvira meets Harry Potter. Love it all, but
I don't know if J.K. Rowling would allow that. I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. Yep, same writer, so he says, and Undead Quinn saying that Dynamite is a hit and miss. It is.
That's really true because the Gargoyles was a swing and a miss for me. I know you like Darkwing Duck, but
Darkwing Duck was, and the only criticism I heard from people saying was, "Oh, it's too childish." That's what the show was.
I mean,
it wasn't sophisticated for teen stuff. It was for kids.
It was a kids' cartoon. What edgy grown-up version did you want?
They wanted drama. They wanted General Hospital level of drama, where betrayal, love.
So wild.
It's a kid show, man. I love Peking Duck over Darkwing. Well, nobody liked it when you burn your wings. Anyway, what's up, Evil Black Cat? All right, my number 3 for this week is Superman number 11.
Ba, ba, da, ba, ba.
I'm kind of torn on this because it's the Lex Luthor Revenge Squad. This sounds like Mean Girls.
I don't like the name, but I do like the characters.
Or what was it? Something Must Die. Remember that movie?
John Tucker, John Carter, not John Carter. John Carter was Mars.
No,
John was like something.
Chris Tucker or something.
Maybe I don't know. You're asking me chick movies.
I'm saying that. I remember something stupid like that came out in Hollywood a couple years back, probably 10 years ago. And this sounds like a bunch of girls jilted exes her pissed, and now they want to get revenge on the guy that jilted them. Now it's up to the girl he's currently dating to stand up for him. See, that's what I mean. It's like
Brain says the name is a callback to the Silver Age.
Okay.
So RDV is about to change his whole tune because RDV lives for the Silver Age.
Well, it's modern. So I don't know where we go with this, but the Lex Luthor Revenge Squad text Superman is back from his blast to the past, but that finds him Mr. Kraft and Dr. Farm, aka Howard Stern,
the Creep brothers,
have gathered
creepy science bros.
They gathered some of Lex Luthor's greatest enemies with a mission to wipe out Lex and everything he loves from Metropolis. Superman will fight to save Lex's life, but when he learns the truth about Lex's past, will he want to? He already said he won't give up on Lex.
That's true.
So, screw you with these stupid questions.
It's the Stan Lee showmanship kind of thing. It's like they're trying to get you involved or invested. Breen says Lex led a group called the Superman Revenge Squad in the Silver Age. Ah, okay. Is Jamal Campbell back on interior for this one? Yeah. Oh no, that's cover. That's cover art.
No, it's ours.
David Baldayan. That's okay. I'm sure he'll do good. I miss Jamal Campbell on interiors. It feels like it's been a while since we've seen him.
Whoa. We got some sexy covers here.
Yeah, they're doing the romance novel thing again. I think they've done that with Harley Quinn and Superman before.
Where's Black History Month?
They had those. I saw a Jon Stewart one not too long ago.
For Superman?
What's the other instant? Oh, I thought that was Adam Hughes. Okay, never mind.
No, it's Chuma Hill.
No, the other one. Pablo Lobo Villalobos.
Yeah, that's one.
I thought it was Adam Hughes.
Pablo Loviso. I believe this is the guy that Skip actually knew. Got some autographs.
Probably, maybe. It kind of has that sheen, that kind of shiny factor that the Adam Hughes pictures should normally have.
It looks like it's done with water paint.
That looks better than any water paint I know. I think this is Williamson's best book at DC. Of the 3 or 4 that he's doing, I think if the ranking goes Superman. Oh God, they brought that guy back.
It looks like 70-year-old Superman who's kind of been hitting the bar a little bit.
It looks like zombie Superman. This is the guy that did like the old Reagan looking Superman. I think this is the same artist that did that angry Reagan Green Lantern cover last week. I think it's the same guy.
No, it's Lee Barrymale.
Oh, guy. Lee, what on earth, dude? That's not your best work.
Yeah, the guy was Steve Beach.
I mean, great concept for a cover with crypto and everything, but yeah, the performance
if it was just crypto by himself, I'd buy it.
Crypto looks good. I will say crypto does look good. But yeah, this is Williamson's best book, I think. Then there's Green Arrow, and then there's Batman and Robin a ways behind Green Arrow. So yeah, this one has been a lot of fun. Didn't make my list this week. I knew you were going to talk about it though. So
why would anybody want a Suicide Squad cover?
Because the video games, I don't know.
Yeah, It's a gift.
I just like the cover A. I like the Superman logo. I look at that logo. That's a timeless logo. I want that on my cover. Actually, that is a fun cover too.
I just wish that Lex wasn't so freaking skinny.
Well, I mean, he's been in prison. I mean, what do you want him to be? Jacked?
He's been in prison. Do you know what Lex Luthor does in prison?
He reads.
He reads. He leaves whenever he wants to because he owns the warden.
But he's not doing that now because he looks like he's genuinely trying to turn a new leaf.
Is he?
We'll find out.
Yes.
I will say I am excited about that new Superman story coming out over the summer, House of Brainiac. That actually looks really fun.
I've not seen the preview for that. I'll have to check it out.
It's I think it's going to be going between Action Comics and Superman. There might be one or two other tie-ins, but I think it's mainly between those two.
I mean, it's nice to see some different villains. I mean, I do like seeing Ultra Human. I do like seeing Solomon Grundy. Those are
JSA. Ones. Those are JSA villains.
I know, but he's fought against them before, though.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. Like
I'm psyched to see Brainiac again, though. Brainiac is probably one of my favorite Superman villains.
And yeah, like you said, that whole we'll probably bring another book, but later on. But I mean, I like Legion of Doom, so Superman going against any Legion of Doom members is always fun.
If you're gonna have Legion of Doom, you gotta have Justice League for Legion of Doom. You gotta have the two together. And actually, funny we talk about those two teams because that is the perfect. I couldn't have wrote a better segue to my number 3.
I figured it's coming up.
This is honestly all these books, with the exception of one. I would say this is probably the book I've been having the most fun with. Every time I pick it up, I'm grinning cover to cover, and that is Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong. This has just been a fantastic. This is the equivalent of a summer blockbuster in comic books. Like this is probably the most fun. I don't know if you call it an event or a miniseries. Well, it is a miniseries, but it's definitely one of the more fun things DC has published in the last several years. And the writer's actually doing really well with it too. I think it could have been very easy to botch this and make it awful, but it has been actually a lot of fun. The Legion of Doom is responsible, specifically Toyman, is responsible for bringing Godzilla and Kong and all of the MonsterVerse movies into the DC universe. Superman has been atomized by Godzilla's atomic breath. He's not dead, but he's also in a coma or on life support. So the rest of the league, they do the classic Silver Age Justice League tactic where they split into teams. They take on different monsters. Is that Michael Cho? Michael Cho? Yeah, that looks pretty good. I like Michael Cho. So yeah, this is going to be issue number 5. Last issue, they had one of the Titans, one of the monsters, go into Atlantis, and so Aquaman came in, the Justice League. They had their own giant kaiju monster that they released. That's also a pretty cool cover.
Yeah, my only complaint is Batman's cape isn't that freaking long.
That is a huge freaking cape. Unless he's like really close in the foreground, that is a huge freaking cape. This has just been a blast, though. I'm wanting to see a little bit more King Kong action, but I really have no complaints about this. The art is good. The storytelling is good. You got a lot of Justice League characters that show up here. 1 or 2 issues ago, they had Atom Smasher fighting Godzilla. It's just beautiful. That's what I want to see. Supergirl, Kong is like having a crush on Supergirl because, of course, Kong has a thing for blondes. There's just so much fun in this. It's a blast. I really can't pray. And it's not, it's not like a Jonathan Hickman. Like there's not a lot of like ramifications or like deep meaning or like it's kaiju fighting each other. And then there's the Justice League and the Legion of Doom. Like this is what 10-year-old Zach wanted in his Saturday morning cartoons. And so to be able to have that, it's a blast. I'm digging it a lot.
Hey, look, Aquaman's in there. Oh wait.
There you go. There you go. I'm sure they're calling him maybe they do call him Aquaman. I don't know. I think they would be calling him Aqualad if Arthur's in there as well. But there's your cast of characters that you see. Of course, there's Giganta, Grodd, Mercy Graves, interesting. Nightwing, Green Arrow, So yeah, just a ton of characters. Sometimes you get some different ones thrown in there. I want to see Beast Boy turn into a giant kaiju. That would be because they just had him turn into Starro.
Yeah.
So I want to see him turn into a giant kaiju. Jay Garrick's in there too. That's
Simon
cool.
Baz pops up.
Simon and Jessica Cruz. It's been a while since we've seen those two. So there's some JSA, there's some Mr. Terrific, Starfire. So looks like they got a ton of people. These might be just cameo. Yeah, these are just
these are all
background.
cameos, but still, Tar Pit.
Tar Pit, yeah. And
So
Superman. This one's not going to be a Superman book. 'Cause he's probably just going to be shown laying in a hospital bed. But yeah, ton of fun.
Yeah.
Can't recommend it enough as far as DC books go. It's a blast.
I thought those Spider Person at first.
I'm about to say it looks like Black Suit Spider-Man. The ears are really, really small.
Why are the eyes so freaking huge?
Yeah, why do they look like Spider-Man? Like, I don't recall them looking that similar to symbiote Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So yeah, ton of fun though.
This is the main story. Yeah. So basically,
those are your main characters. Yeah.
I hope Barry gets another one-liner again. Because they just released a Kraken.
That was great. That was fantastic. And then like the what is it? The Brotherhood of Shadows, the League or the League of Shadows is like stealing kaiju skulls. So like, are they trying to resurrect kaiju? It's like crazy. Honestly, if they drug this out for like 10 issues or whatever, like I'm on board. Like I don't want this series to end. It's so much fun.
And it's $4.99. It's like I'm paying $10.
Yeah.
For it.
Yeah, it's not like one of the Black Label issues that are like $8-9.
Alrighty then. I think we'll have our first crossover with my number 2.
Oh.
At least, because I think this might be your number 2. Or might be number 1. I don't know. We'll find out. My number 2 for the week.
The Guardians of the Galaxy Annual.
It's Firepower.
I know what it is.
30.
Oh, yeah, the third Skybound book that I had forgotten about temporarily.
The final issue is here. After losing his parents, training at the Temple of the Flame Fist, learning the firepower, starting his own family, Owen's life has been building to this moment where he attempts the impossible one last time. Man, this better be a really dope issue because last few can kind of simmer. They weren't really that great. This kind of feels like this comic's being shafted because Kirkman doesn't have time to write anymore because he's too busy with everything that's going on. The Invincible TV show and then Energetic Universe, managing that.
And he probably still has Walking Dead stuff going on too, doesn't he? Like, doesn't Walking Dead stuff normally? Don't they have spin-offs? Yeah, but isn't he like a producer or something? Like, overseeing that?
He was for the show. I'm not sure if he's working with the spin-offs as far as else. So
okay.
Sure. But yeah, like I said, it's Chris Samney's art on the cover interior. Where's Chris Samney going after this?
Mark Miller better be poaching that guy. Man, I want the next Mark Millar book to have Chris Samney on it. That would be fire.
That's another thing. Miller World has 5 books coming up this year.
They turned it up. They said, "Oh, you like this stuff?"
5 ongoing series coming out this year through Miller World over at Dark Horse. That's gonna be interesting. Plus, releasing collections of stuff. And speaking of collections, they better start collecting these. Not these. They did the. I think I have it here still.
Collecting what? Firepowers?
Yeah, Firepowers.
I saw several trades at my LCS. Like I usually see the Prelude one, but I saw like the first 1 or 2 arcs in trade at the LCS.
I want more of these. I don't want the soft cover. I want this. This is what I want. This collects, I believe, 1 through 12 plus the Prelude. Why aren't these being collected?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good amount of stuff.
I was like, why should I go collect the soft cover trades, the little ones, when they're going to collect them all together in a compendium, probably?
Oh, yeah, they probably will. That's how Kirkman rolls. Yeah, he does like his compendiums. So,
like I said, I collected a few of the last few issues of the final ones of floppy formats because there's probably not printing as many. Mm-hmm. So I figured, always get the last couple of issues in physical format. Otherwise, they won't be worth as much. But like I said, I want these. This is what I collect books now. I was going to start collecting Firepower, but then I realized I need to cut back on money, so I stopped collecting it. Instead, I just got it in a collection here. So instead, but man, Firepower, I want more of this, man. And it sucks because that's it after this. This is the final issue. That's
Well,
it for this.
we say that, but I think you know how Kirkman brought back Walking Dead. They did like Rick Grimes 2000, where he put him in the future.
Well, they're gonna have Firepower in black and white.
I would love to see Firepower in the future. Like, give it that sci-fi twist. I think that could be fun. I don't know if it'll happen, but could be.
I don't know, man. Like I said, I would love to have Firepower crossover with someone's like if Miller World has this big event,
Mhm.
big game. Why doesn't Kirkman do his own thing? He did it with Geeky. You could have Walking Dead. He had him crossing over with you could have Invincible.
Yeah.
Like I said, I wanted to have Firepower crossover with Oblivion Song stuff. That'd be fun. Like I said, right now, if anybody who's wants to learn how to make money, go look and see what Miller World's doing. Look at Mark Millar's doing.
Or look at what Tim Lim. I mean, you could look at Mark Millar. You could look at Iconic Comics. You could look at Robert Kirkman. I mean, there's a lot of different people out there that you could look at.
Yes, Soul Finder and Common America or Black Ops. I never would have expected those two to cross over. You know?
Yeah,
that's totally different comic books, but they made it work.
Yeah.
All right, though. But is this your number 2?
It is not my number 2 because I'm going to do something I never do. I'm going to spoil my number 1. Every month there has been a Firepower issue. Firepower has always been my number 1 book the week it comes out. And I would be remiss if I did not allow it that same position for its one last week.
So this is your number 1.
It will be. We will be talking about that again.
Okay, I kind of figured it were, but I mean, I guess saying it's such a fun book.
It's it's a blast. I even liked the last several issues a lot more than you did. Some storytelling wise, I can understand, some grievances there, but considering the workload that Kirkman has, it's kind of I can understand it. I can forgive it a little bit more. But no, my number 2 is the only Marvel book on my top 5 this week.
Oh, I know.
I have 2 Marvel books in my pull list this week. One is a blast from the past. And
is it a secret?
No, it's not a secret. It's right there on the front, on the top row.
Wow, you're dead to me. That's your number 2.
Yeah, it's Ultimate Spider-Man, Jonathan Hickman, Marco Cicchetto. How dare you, sir?
How dare it's only 2?
It's because Firepower is number 1. This issue number 1 was great. I think Jonathan Hickman, first of all, he's on my Mount Rushmore of modern comic writers. Most of his stuff is fantastic. And his issue number 1 of Ultimate Spider-Man was no exception. That was a great issue. A lot of world building, a lot of laying foundation. Hopefully, I want to see issue number 2 pick up the pace with some action. Which it looks like we might get if they're talking about Green Goblin coming in. But I want to see this family man, Peter Parker. Right. He gets his suit. He chooses to take hold of his destiny that was ultimately denied to him at the start of this new Ultimate Renaissance. So Tony Stark from the future sends him the stuff he needs to become Spider-Man. He chooses to go for it because he knows something's been missing from him his whole life. And so I'm really looking forward to seeing, is he going to give Mary Jane all the details? Is he going to keep a lot of stuff secret? Kids, Uncle Ben is the one who's alive here, not Aunt May. So there's some stuff is still the same. Like, he does still work for the Daily Bugle. J. Jonah Jameson, though, is a lot nicer to him. He's not disgruntled. Will that change once Spider-Man shows up? These are the questions that I want answered. And I think we're going to get a lot of great storytelling. Go look at almost any of Hickman's Marvel stuff. His Fantastic Four, his Avengers might have been a little crowded. Hoxpox was good until he decided to leave the X-Men line. Even Secret Warriors, though, you go back to that. I mean, that was phenomenal. So I think
Do
as far as Marvel goes, Hickman is top of his game, top of his league.
you know what the best thing about this? It's a Gil Kane appreciation with that no shot right there.
Would you call that a Gil Kane no shot? I don't know if I would. It's not close enough. It's not.
There's nostrils, bro.
There's nostrils, but it's not like right up close to the face, I guess. Absolutely great. Chichetto's artwork also is just always a delight to see. It's great to see him on Spider-Man after that Daredevil run ended that he was on. It's nice to see him also be working with a writer that can do considerably better than Chip Zdarsky. So yeah, then we have the variant covers. I don't know why Miles is on this. There is no Miles Morales on this that I know of. It's only been one issue, so maybe Miles shows up again. I don't know. I doubt it though. It feels like this is very much going to be a Peter Parker centric book.
Look, it's a spoiler. They tell you who it is.
Oh, yeah. There's no mystery there. I kind of guessed that though from issue number 1. It's like, who else was it going to be? Did we really think it was going to be like Robbie or something?
I don't know. I said Harry.
Well, yeah, of course it was going to be Harry. Of course it was. It was never going to be anybody else.
I love this cover.
That's a fun cover. Although, MJ, you're a mom now. Why are you wearing mini dresses? Come on.
Why does he have a beard? Get rid of the spider beard.
I'm okay with the beard.
I don't like the beard. Because who should have the beard is Reed Richards.
No.
He spends so much time in the lab because he never shaves.
Reed with the beard is the worst thing that ever. I will give Dan Slott this one feather in his cap. He had Reed shave the beard. And thank you for that.
How do you wear a mask over a beard, bro?
I think it's pretty simple.
Your beard goes through the mask.
Not if it's not maybe some material, but not every material. I mean, for that matter, does your armpit hair or your chest hair go through your shirt when you wear a shirt? I mean, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I like the beard though. I personally like it. I think it shows some maturity. And this is a slightly older Peter Parker than what we're used to seeing. It's not teenage or college age Peter Parker.
These are with the reprint covers, second printings. There you go.
She can wear a mini. Would you, if you were, are you going to wear, would you want your kids around if you're wearing a mini skirt or a mini dress? I don't know. It seems to me.
If she's wearing a baby doll negligee and just, she's.
Around your kids? Your impressionable pre-teenage kids?
But that was a normal dress.
It didn't look like a normal dress. It looked like a baby doll, teddy bear or something.
That's you just.
That might just be my opinion. If it's a hot take, then it's one of my infamous hot takes. Also, the assistant editor is kind of cute, but I just now noticed that. It's like, hey, okay. Matt Wilson. I'm just noticing Matt Wilson is the colorist on this.
Yeah,
this is this is the guy who works with Chris Samney a lot on. He's been on all the Firepower issues. So.
Isn't he also the work with Daniel Warren Johnson too?
No, I think that's a different colorist.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna look it up. I'm pretty sure it's a different colorist. No, that's Mike Spicer. That's who it is.
Oh, Mike Spicer. Okay.
Spicer.
Yeah. So anyway,
fantastic though. This is only issue number 2. I've learned my lesson with Ultimate Black Panther number 1. I am not waiting to go to the LCS tomorrow. I'm going there first thing as soon as they open, because issue 1 sold like crazy. So, if you're wanting this, my advice to you, do not wait till middle afternoon. Find a way to get there either right when they open or maybe on your lunch break sometime earlier in the day, because this thing is selling like crazy.
Yes. And
which Marvel needs one of those. They need something selling like crazy. I would love to see it outsell their current Amazing Spider-Man.
Somebody just did a cover for the Zeb Wells Spider-Man.
Yeah.
The latest issue, and I forgot what it was, but it was like they're breaking like, oh, look at this cool. And I was like, man, that art looks pretty cool, but it's wasted on a shitty book. And then I'm like, so why would you buy the shitty cover book and when you can just buy the good book, the interior, and the good art and all that stuff?
I mean, look at the other Spider-Man book, Spider-Men. I think with Peter and Miles, I think Dan Slott's writing that one, or maybe it's no, it's the guy who did the Spectacular Spider-Man cartoon.
I don't know.
I don't remember. Dan Slott's doing the Spider Boy though. That's what it was.
All right. So anyway,
Yeah.
I'm gonna count down. I'm gonna count down my 1 or 531. It's kind of obvious, but a refresher for those who are joining in. James Bond issue number 2 is my number 5. Number 4 for this week. My number 4 for this week is World's Finest number 24. And my number 3 for this week is Superman issue number 11. Number 2 is Firepower issue number 30, the last issue, final issue. Awesome series. Check that out. And obviously, this is my number 1. I'm looking forward to this. They're billing Green Goblin as a hero. Honestly, that's what Jonah would do. If in the original Spider-Man, he hated Spider-Man, so he'd like, look, Mysterio, he's a hero. When Mysterio debuted, he's gonna stop. He's gonna catch this criminal with Spider-Man.
He did back he invested in the Spider Slayer robot too.
He invested in Matt Gargan, the Scorpion.
That too.
I guess said. So, yeah. Spider-Man faces his first supervillain. J. Jonah Jameson's quest to uncover who is really pulling the strings of the new Ultimate Universe leads to a shocking revelation, and New York City welcomes its newest hero, Green Goblin. I'm excited for this. Everybody complained about, the first one didn't have enough action. The first one wasn't woke. That's a good sign.
It's a good sign, but I will agree. Comic books, I think with comic books especially, you need to take advantage of the action, like the storytelling.
Not every first issue is going to be a banger first issue.
That's true. I look, especially with Hickman, I understand. I agree 100%. Hickman does slow burns at first. His first couple issues of Fantastic Four, they're not super slow, but compared to the later half, he sets up. He lays the foundation. He's very architectural. I think Skip and I used to talk about this. He lays the foundation. He gets all the rules and everything in place, and then like when the heat gets turned up, like he hits the ground. He's going. So anyway, sorry about that. Kind of just.
It's okay. Breathe, Zach. No, like I said, I'm excited for this, man. I just want more of just Spider-Man. Just being Spider-Man. Like I said, now he's got the costume. We don't even know. They keep hinting that this is the costume he has, but we saw that the costume he had was looked like a dark black symbiote costume.
It was from the shadows. It was kept hidden, so nobody saw the actual costume.
What do we know of Spider-Man? Maybe this costume isn't the costume we know. This could be the Ben, the Ben Reilly costume, or it could end up being a starter costume, and he Mary Jane being a stylist or fashion. Maybe she helps him design this costume. We don't know until this issue. And I said I'm looking forward to this. This is all new, different.
I don't think it'll be Ben Reilly. I don't think it'll be any costumes that we've seen from the main Marvel.
They keep hinting at this costume here, so obviously it's going to be this costume. But we don't know if he's got this costume right away. We just know he has a costume.
That's true.
So it'd be kind of cool to see him get help on designing this.
Could be. That's why I said, is he gonna tell Mary Jane what he's up to, or is he gonna keep it secret from her?
I hope he does, because I don't want it to be like Tony Stark gives Peter Parker his Spider-Man costume. I don't want that shit.
You don't want Peter Parker, Tony Stark sidekick?
I don't want that.
I feel like we haven't seen that story before.
Yes.
Twice. Looking at Civil War and the movies, the MCU movies.
Yeah. And the whole thing, because now this sets up if everybody praising the Green Goblin being a hero, Spider-Man shows up, he's dubbed the villain, and it's not by JJ. And we know that the Kingpin is behind the Bugle, so the Bugle is going to dub him as a menace, even without Jameson. Jameson might be his only ally in this. Imagine if Jameson and Ben think that this new criminal is a hero.
What if Jameson, man, the opportunities for like reverse roles is crazy. Because what if Jameson ends up being a Spider-Man fan like Flash?
He becomes the Perry White in this universe.
What if Jameson loves Spider-Man and Uncle Ben thinks he's the menace?
I think Uncle Ben will know right away that he's Spider-Man.
Could be. I think because Mary Jane knew right away that something was up.
Yeah.
So.
And then how is he gonna balance being Spider-Man and the kids? Can you imagine if when he finds out that Harry is the Green Goblin, the villain?
Well, they're not. Are they best friends? Are they best friends?
They're not. They're not.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah, they're not best friends like they were.
They're not. Yeah. No, but they could still be towards the end. We don't know.
Could still be.
But
that's true.
But two opponents, like I said, remember when Osborn found out that Peter was Spider-Man?
Mm-hmm.
Peter's got kids. The drastic, this guy has no real emotional attachment to him, but he's kind of losing it. We don't know if he's taking a serum. We just know he has an armor. Can you imagine him going after Peter's kids? Is Uncle Ben gonna bite it in this universe? There's so many questions. I said it's exciting. And normally I wouldn't be excited because it's because I had the main universe. But the fact that I don't have a good Spider-Man, and even in the main universe, and the Ultimate Universe, which is at Elseworld, looks so much better. That's a big red flag for Marvel. So, but
I mean, Ultimate. Look, I'm more invested in this Ultimate Universe than I remember being at the start of the original one.
Yeah.
Especially with Spider-Man. The first couple of Ultimate Spider-Man lost my attention pretty early on because I could tell it was just going through we're gonna kill Uncle Ben, we're gonna get him bit by a spider, yada yada yada. Later on, I guess it was okay. I read some of it later on. But this already, like from Ultimate Invasion and the Ultimate Universe, and then this, I do want to read Ultimate Black Panther. It's got my attention.
Do you know what's also the best thing about this?
What's that?
Ever since I saw Spider-Man appear in Daredevil, the Zdarsky run with Chicharito drawing him,
yeah,
I'm getting Chicharito drawing Spider-Man interior, not just covers. He's doing interior.
Yep.
So, and he's away from Zdarsky.
That's what I said. He's got a good writer that he's working with. It's not like how like Bendis somehow manages to get all the really good artists.
That and the realist in me, or I guess the naysayer in me, like the black pill coming out a little bit, is that how long is this gonna last? Because I really want something, it doesn't stick around. It goes away, it's kind of like if you're those who are fans of Angleton O'Reilly comics, he kind of kept saying Mason Wings. If you praised the book, it went away. It seems to be that way with Marvel DC. Hey, listen to me. When we finally like something, they take our toys away.
Okay.
It just seems that be that way. I said I hope this goes for 50 issues and not decides to do basically. We're going to do about 30 and then relaunch, call it a different name. I mean, how long before Hickman decides he doesn't want to be it anymore? How long before studios interfere? That's my biggest worry, concern about this, is that we get someone who actually understands what the fans want, and then Disney steps in and says, you know what, it's not working. We need to adhere to this shit here. So I just hope there's no interference. I hope these keep running as much as he wants, and I hope that he doesn't. I hope that he's not like one of those where I want to ram V. I'm gonna tell my story and then I'm done. And then I leave the book. That's the other thing too. Is like sometimes writers get bored of the book. They write their story they want to tell and then they're gone. I want this to be a continuing ongoing. I want this to last for at least about 4 years, bro, or more. And I want this to be consistently good. It's been a while since for us comic fans they actually be able to read something and know it's always gonna be there. Like Spider-Man and Fantastic Four, 600 issues or more, and before they decided to basically go to volume 2. Like I want that consistency. I'll keep going to branching storytelling. When someone takes over, if they don't start it over, it stays the way it is. I'm tired of his legacy numbers. I'm tired of starting over reboots. But the way Marvel goes, I don't see this being lasting long. But then again, who knows? Maybe this is the kick in the pants that they need, and they realize we need to start making money, and the agenda was nice and cute as it is, but no one gives a shit anymore about the agenda shit. Now we're gonna keep doing this. But like I said, that's me being hopeful.
That's you being hopeful? Okay, because you started to sound kind of like worrywart there for a little bit. It's like,
Well,
dude, how do you have fun when you're always worried about something being taken away?
Well, no, they've created bipolar fans of this shit, because a lot of times we get stuff that we like, and then it gets canceled because they want to put somebody else on the team who wants to write a shitty thing. Zdarsky was okay on Daredevil. Towards the end, he started getting worse. And then they put Salameen Ahmed, or Ahmed, whatever his name is, on there, and he just makes it even worse. It's like I said, I want to keep writing. If you're gonna have someone take over, or at least allow people to breathe. Like Jeremy Adams barely got hardly any time on Flash. He should still be writing Flash. That's DC's problem. Like I said, something needs to change, man. Because especially with the threat of the Energon universe, Dark Horse, and even Dynamite, these you're seeing these other companies come up, and as I like I said, I think this is maybe the first year you're actually going to start seeing it might be some competition, real competition, and then if sales reflect it, that's the only problem is that a lot of people are still going to go for the major IPs. They're going to go for Marvel and DC. But I would love to see where Marvel and DC take enough hits they realize we need, in order to make money, we actually have to put out good stuff. You can do half and half. If you want to have half and be woke, I don't give a shit. That's their parent. Pander to those people. But I want the other half to be to where they actually want to make the money from and actually please the fans, the real fans. Because the pandering comic books do not sell. It's cute and all, but all right. But enough of those rants. Let's go over the trades real quickly.
I didn't do my number one.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was your number one, sir?
So you got too deep down the rabbit hole.
Let me guess. Your number one was Firepower.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I still want to talk about it.
All right.
All right, I'll count down though. My number 5, in case somebody's late and they missed it, my number 5 was Cobra Commander number 2 from Joshua Williamson. My number 4 was G.I. Joe, Real American Hero. That's issue number 304. My number 3 was Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong. That's issue number 5 this week. My runner-up was Ultimate Spider-Man number 2. And then Firepower for the very last time. Firepower, the final issue, number 30, is my number 1 book of the week. This has been a fantastic ongoing from an independent comic or an indie comic studio that it wasn't Marvel or DC, which is my biggest gripe because a lot of the indie books tend to end up being limited series or miniseries. So I got 30 issues out of this, which is way more than most other titles out there give you. It's just been fantastic. Great story, fun. I recommend it to anybody who wants a fun, family-filled, superhero-ish story. It's very much The Incredibles with kung fu and dragons and ninjas. It's just a blast. Chris Samney's artwork is fantastic. Matt Wilson on the colors is fantastic. The storytelling's just top notch. Last couple of issues, things got they had to cut some corners to shorten things up because, Kirkman's got Void Rivals that he's writing. He's got the Energon universe he's overseeing. So I am sad to see it end. But I mean, I'm thinking it's going to be a heck of a finale. I'm glad that we had it for as long as we did. But I'm gonna have the collection for a while. I'll probably end up rereading it at some point here in the future. But yeah, Firepower number 30, the last hurrah, the last Firepower. Hoping to see it go out with a bang instead of a fizzle.
All righty, sir. Now on to the trades. All right, Void Rivals. I'm probably gonna pick this up, even though I have all the issues.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't you have them all?
I know. I'm probably gonna pick it up. Nice Dark Metal on the Biz hardcover.
Nice. Not for that price tag though, but
for those who haven't been collecting Blade, Here's the first arc.
Hey, nice. Very cool. Brian
17
Edward Hill. Is it?
Yeah.
Casagrande is the interior artist on that, right? Elena Casagrande?
Yep. From Black Widow.
Black Widow. Yep, that's it.
You can tell by the cover. She does the cover too.
Oh, she has the covers too? Okay.
Yeah.
Right on.
Not all of them, but I think she does most. The Kingdom, 25th anniversary deluxe edition hardcover. Mark Wade.
There you go.
$50.
There you go. You can get it. You can finally read it.
Jean Grey, Flames of Fear. Probably gonna skip that.
Yeah, I would too.
Time Before Time, Volume 5, trade paperback. Spider-Gwen, Spider-Ghost, Ghost Spider, whatever the fuck she's called.
It's both. Spider-Gwen, Ghost Spider.
So they collected everything.
Pick one.
I guess.
Pick one.
Weapon of choice. Weapon of choice. Isn't that a Rage Against Machine?
Might be. Also, you got that Chris Priest Black Panther. I think that might be one of his best titles.
It's Omnibus, Volume 2 hardcover. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Angelica.
Angelica. At
Josie
least
can't-
give her an Italian name so she blends in with the rest of them. Come on.
Yeah, tell name.
Name her like Mona Lisa or something.
Name her
Miss
Marania.
Is that Italian? Miranda? Yeah, I guess it could be.
Oh, all right. Milestone Compendium number 3. This is the original milestone, not the shitty ones that come out recently. But here comes Daredevil, a woman called Widow. Fuck yeah, I'm getting this. This is the Black Widow tie-in, right?
I guess it's when
it started going out.
Yeah, I think so. Probably the one where he slaps her on the butt and she calls him a chauvinist pig or something.
And then when he does it later in bed, she enjoys it. All right, Daredevil heads out to the left coast. Known as California.
Is that actually the synopsis? That's pretty great. That that would be wonderful if somebody just went and edited that like Wikipedia style. Left coast. That's amazing. I'm surprised that made it into print.
It's going to make the love of Karen Page, and LA has never been stranger. Cast a bizarre and action-packed enemy stands between Dee Dee and the woman he loves. Back in the Big Apple, Daredevil. That's funny because Dee Dee's the name for Bruce Wayne from Silver.
Yeah.
Dee Dee.
Dee Dee.
Did you know?
Did it all?
Daredevil teams up with the Black Panther. Don't look, Zach. And joins forces with Iron Man and Nick Fury. Then one of the greatest eras in history of the Man Without Fear begins when Black Widow and Daredevil start knocking boots. Together, they face Spider-Man and Submariner, and Man-Bull, the Owl, the Scorpion, and more.
God, I forget Daredevil has about as many animal-themed villains as Spider-Man.
He's never seen one of them.
He's never seen one like Alicia.
The drama isn't the only action. With Black Widow and Daredevil's life, what will become of Matt Murdock's relation with the lovely Karen Page, who's going to betray him and become a crack addict and a porn star? Issues 64 through 86. And Iron Man 35 and 36. The West Coast has always been called the left coast because it's the left side of the United States. Look at the map. It's not political. But wait, it is now.
But I mean, it's kind of both. I understand what you're saying, Breed. It's just it's our recent history and our recent societal conversations that make it stand out more politically.
The Nick Fury, Daredevil, and Iron Man thing.
Daredevil and Black Widow seem like a very unlikely combo.
I believe Marnie could correct me if I'm wrong, but is this not tied into the crossover event with the Zodiac?
Wouldn't that
Iron Man crossover, which we read on the channel without you, Zach?
Like most books.
like majority of Fantastic Four without you.
Well, I was useless, so.
Only the Human Torch was, not Jack.
I am the Human Torch, or I am no one.
I didn't know you were a big flamer. Anyway, going on to this is Roy Thomas,
Roy
Garrett.
Thomas, the man.
Garrett Conway,
Also,
Garrett Frederick, Gene Colan, because why would you not want Gene Colan on a book in art?
right?
Alan Weiss, Don
Don
Heck,
Heck. What the heck?
Barry Windsor Smith, Bill Everett, who's a fantastic artist.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Palmer, Mike Esposito, who both inkers, Jack Abel, Sid Shores, Michael Killar, Dale Crane.
Who are those? Who are those letterers? I know those names.
The colorist, which Zach does not like, doesn't care for. Illustration, Sheila Johnson, John Costanza, related to George Costanza.
Related? I'm about to say, is that his dad?
Artie Simick's wife, Jean Simick.
What? I thought there were no women involved in comic books before 2015, and there's two.
Sam
Sheila
Rosen and Stan Lee. Covered
Stan the Manly. Oh, look, that's your boy.
Gil Kane does the cover. If you did not recognize that cover, Zach.
It's almost upside down. No, there's no nostrils blaring at me. They're upside down. That threw me off. Let's see.
Yes.
Also, the owl looks goofy. I like him, but the owl looks goofy in that picture.
Apparently, his other covers. There's the main cover, then there's a printing cover. What the heck? They're all the same, though.
Yeah, they all look the same.
All right. Spawn Origins Collection. Spawn Origins Volume 28. Paperback. Yeah.
It's a lot of Spawn.
Howard Shaken. Time. Squared. On this hardcover. Never heard of this. Eerie Archives Volume 4. Yeah.
Eerie.
Wow. Yeah, Dark Horse. Dark Horse has got some really cool trade stuff, right? We Live, the book that everybody forgot about in the past 3 years. That was crazy expensive, and now it's probably not worth much.
It's alive!
Black Panther. On this Volume 2 hardcover. Variant cover.
Chris Priest. Black Panther versus Iron Man versus Wolverine. That's all you need to know.
Invincible Iron Man number 17. Or Volume 17. That was pretty cool. Then we get into Dark Horse. It has some weird stuff called Takio. Skull and Bones, never heard of that. Savage Storm.
That's a comic book tie-in for the video game that just came out. So it's probably not going to be great.
Which one? This one?
No, Skull and Bones. That's the new pirate video game they just had come out.
Crusader. That gives you this. Actually, what is Iron Man cover?
Looks like the one with all the different iron suits on it.
Well, yes.
It's one of my favorite Iron Man covers, actually.
Tony Stark has changed the world, but the success convinced the creator of the Iron Man armor that he himself was invincible, but no one is. And Obadiah Stane is about to exploit Stark's every weakness, pulling apart his life by piece by piece, until one of Marvel's greatest heroes is at rock bottom.
The bottom.
Meanwhile,
bottle of alcohol, probably.
No, the Rock showed up, and they wouldn't let him finish. And they wouldn't let him finish the story. Meanwhile, James Rhodes must protect them both from Stane, protect Tony from himself, and protect everyone from a cadre or a cadre, whatever you prefer. You've heard it both ways now. It's probably both wrong. I don't care. Of Atlanteans with Iron Man armor. Holy crap! It's a crash course in superheroing for Rhodey. He rises to the occasion. But battling Thunderball is one thing. Facing the Mandarin is another thing altogether. The new Iron Man will be in for a fight his life, and he may not win. Also featuring an annual with a tragic turning point for the Eternals.
Is that the one where they got canceled?
Yeah.
It's like their last book.
Yeah. This was first published by First Comics in the mid-'80s. Iron Man was? Oh.
Time.
Time. Okay,
I think he's talking about the Howard Chaykin.
Oh, probably. Iron Man's 171 through 182 and annual number 6. Not a fan of I wish it was a full size, the cover.
Yeah, I don't like when they do that, the frame.
And then this
It
one's
makes
even ugly.
that's even worse. Yes, like I
Yeah.
would want the cover to be like big, but
Daniel knows it here. Yeah, I don't know why they do that, but I thought the TASJL was the leg Legion of Doom under Lex.
I think you talking about the Justice League animated series.
The animated Superman Justice League.
Maybe the animated series. I think that was the Injustice League.
Yeah.
Maybe they changed it to Legion of Doom. I don't know.
The art of the series of Miss Marvel. The art of the movie Black Panther: Wakanda Forever.
Yikes.
And there's this, the Kripex Erotic Stories Part 2, Fantagraphics. I don't know who that is. But EC's coming back. Do you hear that, guys? EC's coming back with a bunch of Wilk writers and Chris Condon's in there.
Wow, wow, wow.
I was excited for a hot minute till I saw who was all in there. And I was like, no. You shoot yourself right in the balls.
Geez, that's how you really feel.
And somehow you missed a foot and you hit your balls. Yeah, I don't know. And then there's Night Terrors, the art that nobody read.
Yeah, but the Green Lantern books that were part of that were really good. That Jeremy Adams wrote. Those were knockout books.
Yeah. DC's now stands for Equity Comics. But like I said, it is just depressing when you see something come back and it's like, hey, it's great, and then you like Cantwell, Castellucci, Stephanie Phillips, and I'm just like,
hey, would you rather have all the bullies and all the ugly kids have their own playground separate from everybody else? Or do you want them mixed in with everybody else? I'm perfectly fine taking all the bad creators and putting them on an island by themselves.
But they're not, though. They're still at the big two. They're just doing double duty. Now, if they were just...
That's a good point.
I would rather put them on a different property that's not something that was great. And now
that's
we're going to put...
I can see that.
It's like you take a property, we're going to reboot it now, and we're going to call it something else. We're still going to say the same name, but we're going to have totally different script and everything.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like when they brought back Boris Karloff and he had Steve Orlando write it. Yes, Steve Orlando was writing. I saw. I almost
make any sense.
I almost picked it up, Brian, until I saw Steve Orlando, and I said no. I said that's gay, and I don't like it.
That's also what I said about his Scarlet Witch book. But Steve Orlando, seriously, for Boris Karloff, like who thinks that? Like,
wait, put them down. We're not talking about murder here, Evil Black Cat. I know you're evil, but that's too evil for this stream. And
a little much.
And Zach, why are you talking about segregation? Taking the bad writers, putting them in their own island.
They're not. Oh God, you just want me to dig a hole for myself, and I'm not going to. I'm just saying.
No, you have people do that for you.
If you've got some kids that are making trouble for everybody else, if you take them and put them in their own classroom or their own playground, whatever, they're not going to bother all the kids that are just trying to do their jobs, trying to make money.
Aren't you glad it's Lent?
I'm not even Catholic.
Neither am I.
Anyway, how would you guys rate Jurassic League? MK asked, would you buy if they had more in a New York minute? Yes, I would, especially if Daniel Warren Johnson was still on it.
Jurassic League, is that when a bunch of old guys go to play football?
No, that's Wednesday night over on Fossils, over with the 4-color Fossils. That's my nickname for them, is the Jurassic League. Although I think some of them aren't quite that old, so maybe it's more accurate to call them the Cretaceous League.
That's when they get in their 80s. It's when they're in their 80s and then you have to wear diapers.
Breen, I'm gonna get that. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. New York Minute. That's good. That's clever.
Wow. But yeah, I mean, a lot of cool stuff coming out this week. A lot of
Yes.
good books: James Bond, World's Finest, Superman. We got Firepower, the last issue for that. We got Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 2. Trying to think what else you have.
G.I. Joe,
G.I.
Cobra
Joe's
Commander.
Then
For
there's
you-
Marvel Secret Superheroes or Secret War with us.
Secret Wars Battle World. That's
Yeah.
issue number 3 or 4, I think.
That's-
Which, if you like the original Secret Wars, that is one that is worth checking out. Tom DeFalco writing, it's a blast. It reads just like the old school Secret Wars.
I mean, and then also Vita Rebels. If you not get a chance or you missed the issue, now is your chance to jump on and buy that trade to come out, so you can get the first arc.
So you can get all caught up before they
same with Blade.
pick it back up. Yeah. Like I missed the boat with Blade number 1, so I may pick up the trade because I know Venkman's been loving it, and I want to read some Brian Edward Hill just to get an appetizer of what his writing's like when I finally get around to reading Ultimate Black Panther.
We didn't even bring up let's say we're bringing up again Justice League versus Godzilla. That was another good series coming out.
Oh, that's a blast of a series, man. That's such a good time.
Have you read any of the Green Lantern War Journal?
I haven't. That's the Jon Stewart one. I think is it Philip Kennedy Johnson? I think that's writing that one.
Yeah.
No, I have not. I might once it's collected in a trade because I do want a good Jon Stewart story because the only big thing Jon Stewart's known for is when he blew up that one planet.
Also, if you like Ed Bisson and you like the Predator, he'll Wolverine. He's got the Last Hunt Predator, a new Predator book coming out from Marvel this week as well.
Kennedy Johnson, you mean?
No, Ed Brisson.
Oh, Ed Brisson. Oh, okay.
The Last Hunt Predator, or Predator: The Last Hunt.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Next week I've got 6 books on my pull list, so it's like I've got a nice little resurging in the pull list. It's not
also was not mentioned was The Agent number 3's out this week as well.
Mm-hmm.
So pick that up. There's a Godzilla Rivals book coming out as well. Mothra versus Magra.
Nice.
And it's through IDW, and I think it might be the guys who are writing the actual. It's a one shot, so it's only like.
Okay.
But it's $8 though. So.
Yikes.
I know, right?
I like Mothra, but $8.
Also, Xenoscope's got 2 books coming out. Is another Van Helsing, and a one shot, and then there is a team up between Robin Hood and Belle. So
nice.
It's really cool stuff coming out this week as well.
Yeah. Big week at the comic shop.
Yeah. Very big week. And if you like Yosaki Yojimbo in space, you like Soggy Space Jimbo.
Soggy Space Jimbo. What?
Yes. I call him Soggy. Soggy Jimbo. Anyway, Martha versus not Mongol. Magura. Or Margera. I don't know what that's supposed to be, which version that animal's supposed to be, but yeah, no. Hey, Venkman, with your stream earlier with the Robbie, Rob. Don't ever call him Robbie. You might get your face.
Yeah, I was about to say you might get you might get some words.
Transformers, with Robbie, Transformers versus aliens would make a cool crossover. Honestly, Transformers versus anything is kind of they've been doing. I'd not say anything. Because if you haven't done so, check out the Extreme Movie Show. We were doing the Thunderdomes. We were taking some movies from this year's. This year is 86. We took 2 movies, and that was ahead. It was Transformers the movie versus Aliens, James Cameron's Aliens, and we were talking about that the animated movies that came out that year. There was a GoBots movie that came out the same year as Transformers. I didn't realize that. I know that GoBots was kind of like the lesser favorite competition, but that came out too. And what was the other one? I was just thinking of My Little Pony had a movie out. I never knew there was an animated 1986 My Little Pony movie. I'm not gonna go watch it, but it's like I didn't think it was that old. I thought My Little Pony was like 90s, 91, 92.
I'm kind of surprised about that too, actually. Now I'm thinking about it, because all the times I've ever heard of My Little Pony, it was like relatively recent. I don't
be sure to call him Robbie next time he goes on.
Boy, it's your funeral, MK. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
Makes me wish I like popcorn.
You don't like? Wait, you don't like popcorn?
No, I don't like. I get sick. I don't like it how it get stuck in your teeth and all that shit. And this.
I mean, if you get the
There's no-
caramel porn, yeah, but
there's really no taste to it.
you need to get better popcorn. Like get the ranch powder and put that
I've
on
had,
there.
I've had
Oh
like,
my god.
I've had the kettle, whatever that is.
Kettle horn?
Yeah, I
That's
think
not
so.
bad.
I was gonna.
It's not bad. It's a little sweet though. I don't care for the sweet stuff too much. I like my popcorn more savory.
Yeah, Undead Quinn's bringing up the Transformers with Ghostbusters, Back to Futures. Those were cringe. Those things in Nation are crossover with the Transformers should cross over with Ninja Turtles.
Eh,
I think that'd be fun.
I don't know. Maybe. I would like to see G.I. Joe crossover with the Ninja Turtles. Like Cobra and the Foot team up. That would be fun.
Yeah.
Shredder and Cobra Commander and Destro, like that would be a blast.
Yeah, it's a lot of those movies.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. I think that's it for the night.
That's it. We're done. We're beat.
Unless it's been an hour and a half.
Coffee crash, sugar crash is kicking in. But
Vanky hungry right now.
If you still would like to hang out, y'all need to go over to I Love Comics.
Yes.
Maranya is just getting started. They're doing their Marvel role-playing adventures. Tonight, I think if I'm correct, the team has been split up into several groups, like those old Silver Age Avengers and Justice League stories. So Maranya's got a small group of them over tonight. I believe Spider-Man and the Grey Gargoyle are involved in tonight's adventures. So y'all can go check them out, show them some love.
And your boy, the Sandman, should be showing up. Possibly.
Why did your Sandman sound like Jameson?
No, Jameson sounds totally different.
Not yours. Your Jameson sounds just like that. But anyway, go check them out. Hit like over there. Show them some love. Also hit like here. And if you're watching this on replay, if you're not watching this live, leave a comment down below. Are you picking up any of the dozen or so books that we mentioned? Are you picking up something different? Are you one of the people picking up X-Force because of the Beast Wonder Man team up? And if so, I'm really curious on how it goes because I came this close to wanting to buy it.
Also, we ask that you support good books. If you like what's currently going on with all the Spider-Man, and I said, go support those things. Push the books that are good, because that shows them that hey, these are what people want.
Yes.
So, or don't. Like I said, I buy the things that I like. That's why I never talk about the things that I don't like, because I don't buy books that I know I'm gonna hate. I avoid them. I go for the Jeremy Adams books. I like, as Mark Waid can be a dick as much as he wants. He's never personally affected me. He can call me whatever he wants. I'm buying the book just because I like the book story. I feel like a lot of the Hollywood directors and stuff I've watched movies over the years, do not like us. I'm sure their politics do not align. So it's just that I don't know because they don't come on and say it. But imagine if people didn't watch E.T. because the guy called you a racist, he called you a bigot or whatever, or even any of the bigger movies, it's just the way it is. Hollywood's always been elite, but I don't know. Anyway, but that's my 2 cents for the night, and I hope you guys enjoyed what we talked about tonight. And if you have any more questions, comments, concerns, where you can stick those right up your candy ass. We're done. Sorry, that's my rock thing. I'm in a wrestling mood tonight. I kind of want to go. I didn't get to watch Collision, and I have been deprived of watching good wrestling over at WWE for past 12, 15 years. So it's been a while.
Well, go watch some. You can go watch some after we're done.
I do on YouTube. That's probably the best way to watch WWE right now is clips of YouTube. Anyway. Good night, guys, and I hope you'll see you on Thursday for the best of the week, where we actually show off the books that we were talking about tonight, and many more. And also, if you haven't done so, go check out the stream we did last night. The unboxing. A lot of cool books in there. Great conversation. Later, guys.
Bye, guys. Happy New Comic Day.